beat writers speaking on Travis Hunter's 2025 beginnings look a little something like this. This is one reporter. There's a lot of boots on the ground talking about this. Just like other stuff, though, you got to take it with a grain of salt in some respects. But this isn't a self-confirming bias type of approach, but when we have a very good educated guess and opinion on something, and then you hear boots on the ground, someone could say, it's really biased of you, Smitty, really convenient. But that's how news collecting and decision making is done. That's how educated guessing is executed upon. And when your boy is thinking one thing and we're hearing things from the boots on the ground, we start to put the pieces together. Travis Hunter expected to get a heavy offensive start and beginning in 2025. We knew this from the start. We knew this before the Jaguars even drafted him. We told you about Travis Hunter. Some of you didn't want to listen. Some of you didn't want to listen to the man that's part of the HHH and Associates, the Triple H and Associate Club, which also has Hampton as a junior associates, by the way, trying to get into the group.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates, locations on Earth and Jupiter.
But there's a couple talking points here. We're not just here to toot our own horns, we are here kind of for that, but we're also not here just to repeat what we've been saying all offseason. We're here to talk about how this is a potential situation where I dropped my pen, where we are looking at ADP potentially rising. We might just see ADP rise to a point where we all of a sudden can't get Travis Hunter where we're getting him now. We all of a sudden have to go a different route when it comes to Travis Hunter. Maybe take him early. Maybe we start avoiding him later. Probably not going to happen. If he climbs high enough, we might even just be in all the more because the reason for his climb will be something substantial, tangible, that makes sense for his climb. But we'll talk about his ADP. We'll then draft. If anybody wants to draft with us, Underdog promo code Smitty. Underdog promo code Smitty. That link is in the live chat. I'm going to drop it one more time. It's pinned in the live chat. It's in the description of every video. Underdog will match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000, but the minimum is only $10, and they'll give you $5 if you drop the 10. The drafts tonight are going to cost $5, so you can do 3 drafts with one $10 minimum deposit. That show, the draft show, the midnight Eastern, because we go live pretty much every single night, midnight Eastern. That's how Dad did it. That's how America does it. It's worked out pretty good so far. Thanks for joining me. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Let's go ahead and talk Travis Hunter, and then let's draft him. The Fantasy Football Show begins now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
So make sure you go watch this video if you didn't watch it live. This is the 8 p.m. show. Then understand that this video right here is the one that is going to be dropped in the morning about 7:30 a.m. At 7:30 a.m. Eastern. All my video uploads are about 7:30 a.m. Eastern, 4:30 a.m. Pacific time. That's what I'm deciding to do with this channel. None of my live streams change. We go live at midnight Eastern almost every single night. We go live at midnight Monday through Friday. 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, midnight pretty much every night, and live whenever big news breaks. That's sometimes 3 and 4 shows a day that are live. Then my uploads, my morning uploads, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Expect this beauty to hit your screens. The Atlanta Falcon 12-5 record show. The Atlanta Falcon, production prediction show. What does Bijan do? What does Penix Jr. do? What does London drop in 2025? I already did this one live. Again, that's the 8 p.m. show. Go watch it. And then this one drops in the morning. Then we'll do Panthers and Saints after that. I'll tell you right now, these are not going to be as exciting as the Falcon one and the one that was dropped today at 8 p.m. Eastern. But we are here not to discuss that. We're here to discuss this man, Travis Hunter, that is a cheat code in fantasy football.
Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA select start.
Warning. Cheat code activated.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and Jupiter.
So the question is this right here. The question is merely a simple one. Does a piece of news like this alter his value? Probably not. This is one beat reporter from The Athletic. It's not really being picked up or talked about much. People love to hate on Travis Hunter more than they love to report positivity. This is kind of a tied to the Colorado thing, tied to Deion Sanders. This is an extension of Deion. He sings too much and dances around at practice. People don't like him. They don't like him because he's what? Tied to Deion Sanders, tied to Colorado, tied to Shador. That's all it is. There's a hatred built around certain things and aspects of this thing we call football. And it's weird to me that people don't have the intellect or the ability to avoid having bias creep in and having some judgments creep in before you've even seen a player unfold. Having I've heard from other channels that he's going to be a DB. How many times did you hear this? How many times did you hear this all off season long? According to the reports, I'm really worried about how Travis Hunter is going to be too much of a defensive back. I just don't know how many catches he'll have. I just don't know how many receptions he might get. So until I see it, I'm going to be I'll wait for it, Roger. And I'm just going to sit there and just, I don't know, mock people that are going to take the chance on a player that might be risky. I just can't do it. I just can't do it, Smitty. Where's my button? Return me back to normal. There we go. Look, this could go one of two ways. Either we've been misled and this guy's only going to play DB. He goes out there and craps the bed, and they turn to him and say, let's put you out there as a defensive back only and try that since you're so bad at being a wide receiver. Or he goes out there with his 100 out of 100 athleticism, if we're talking about what I would give him in Madden. His speed, his quickness, his ability to absorb things, his athleticism, 100 out of 100. This is a guy that can leapfrog pretty much anybody. And this is somebody that's going to jump and high point the ball, catch the ball in any which way, horizontally, vertically, and his quickness and his ability and his athleticism is going to get him open in ways that Liam Cohen, the best coach and landing spot Travis Hunter could have had, is going to get him in such good positioning to catch 5, 6, 7 balls a game. Even if this man plays full-time defense eventually, all of the haters are going to continue to say what they've been told to say, what they've been brainwashed to say, what they've been hearing, which is he can't play both sides of the ball. He'll get injured. Nobody's done that before. And because I'm a defensive back and I did it half-ass, I got to yell at Travis and say he can't do it, because if he does it, that makes me look bad. That's all that's really going on here. Hatred. People that want to hate on Travis Hunter for all the reasons I just laid out. This man could be a top 10 wide receiver as a rookie. This man should go up in ADP by a report like this. I just don't know if it's going to move the needle, and that's good for you and me. That's good for people that are in the Travis Hunter 4th and 5th and 6th round business. Now on Underdog, you'll see him in the 4-5 territory. So the 4th to 5th round. I wouldn't even say 4th because I don't want people to think they have to grab him at 4.1 when they don't need to. This is a 4th to 5th round player on Underdog in the highest stake environment where the Sharks live, where they're consuming wide receiver at a higher clip than anywhere else. But in a grandma league, in your home league, your work league, round 5 to 6 is probably where you're going to find this gentleman, and this is where he's going to win so many of you leagues in 2025 in the grandma league environment.
Let him cook.
Guys, this is a this is not just a sleeping giant win a league player. This is a potential face of the NFL. This is a wide receiver that you don't need to diminish or knock BTJ down to size like, oh, he's going to be lesser now, to say he's a top 10 wide receiver of the future. Now, what's that say for T-Law? It means T-Law is definitely
Stock on the rise.
on the rise, but it doesn't mean he has to be QB 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. He could still be QB 7, 8. That's certainly in the realm of possibility for him anyway. And I don't think there's a world where he can't maybe, not for sure, but maybe be 6, 7 type quarterback material. What Jared Goff has been, 6, 7. Being kind of a, not a paper tiger or a propped up weekend at Bernie's quarterback, but it might be something along both the lines of he's as good as we thought he was. He was a great prospect, great talent, okay? Amazing talent. He's so much better than Goff in so many other ways, right? Now, Goff's a very accurate guy. You know, he does these drills, and he's really good in those settings, controlled settings, but I believe T-Law's got more upside and appeal than Jared Goff. You give T-Law over to Ben Johnson in Detroit instead of Goff, he would have turned T-Law into just as good, if not a little bit better quarterback. So I believe that T-Law can be a 6, 7, 8 guy. Totally. 100%. But I don't think we need to even go there and say we need it in order to see Travis Hunter as a top 7 wide receiver some years, and then BTJ's 11 or one's 12. And then the others 7, 8, 9. Maybe they're both 9 and 10 one year. Maybe they're 4 and 9 1 year. And that can happen in a world where T-Law is only QB 7. He doesn't need to be 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody's acting like they don't know how to do math. Because what I can tell you with certainty, and this is why some of us, look at numbers and some of us don't. When you throw for 4,000 yards, which is what T-Law can do in his sleep, even if he does throw, let's say, 15 INTs or something, okay? You only need to throw 4,000. Easy work. Easy day at the office 17 times to accumulate this. Easy. Now, the touchdown numbers, let's say they both get let's just throw 14 and 12. Maybe 1 year, one gets 14. The other year, one gets 12. I mean, that's a pretty reasonable number, I think. And so you only have to get 26 TDs to feed these two numbers right here. And T-Law is totally capable of being a 33, 34, 35 touchdown QB. And let's say a year where he just throws for 30. Then all you have that year is maybe a season where the yards are there, the receptions are there. Maybe they both catch 11 balls in the end zone. 11 TD. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that I just don't get why people run their mouth about it and act like T-Law is going to hold this situation back. Or if you don't think T-Law is the second coming of Josh Allen, this can't exist. These guys can't coexist. This is a Liam Cohen offense. Not to mention, even if BTJ, who, again, does not get diminished at all based on this situation. At all. Let me get a little focus. Hold. Even if BTJ gets you 1,400 yards, let's say, and 13 TDs, which is a unbelievable player. I mean, this is a top 5 wide receiver, right? Higher than that. If Hunter, who I believe, and I don't care if you say, well, Smitty didn't have a lot of rushing yards at the college level, it's different. It's structured different. How things are counted is different. Even quarterbacks, they take a big sack, and that's negative rushing yards. There's so many different things that go on at the college level versus the NFL level. This is a guy that's probably in a Liam Cohen system with BTJ as a field stretcher, where he didn't have the luxury of maybe being the secondary option sometimes, or being a guy that can hang out around the line of scrimmage more while he's stretching the field. Not that they can't rotate doing that, but this guy being used as a wide back or being used on end arounds and getting 100 to 200 rushing yards with 1 to 3 TDs on the ground running because he's so dynamic. Even if it's stepping back behind T-Law and he throws a wide back design play, which is not behind the quarterback. Wide back, people think, oh, he'll get hurt at wide back. You don't know what you're saying. Wide back is not being a running back. Wide back is being a wide receiver split out wide. Split out wide. You're out wide. You get the ball at the line of scrimmage, or really behind the line of scrimmage, because you're catching it behind the quarterback. It becomes a run. Or you throw it at the line of scrimmage and it's going to be a pass. But you're a wide back. The point is you're getting the ball at the line of scrimmage, slightly behind it, and you're turning into a back. You're turning into a running back out wide. There's no getting hurt. There's no getting more likely to get hit by linebackers or suffer some sort of injury up the gut. This is what wide back is. Wide back. This man will play in a Liam Cohen offense wide back. So 100 to 200 rushing yards, 1 to 3 TDs, that affords a lot of latitude for BTJ to consume his normal amount of shares, to get, let's say, 1,100 receiving yards. Maybe sometimes it's 1090, maybe it's 1010, maybe it's 1,000 even, maybe it's 1,200. And he could get 7 to 9 TDs here. And now all of a sudden, these numbers, which look very low, added to these newfound rushing numbers that he'll get in the National Football League, is going to be sum total the same as BTJ. That's the way this thing could go. People aren't looking at it that way. And if you say this isn't likely to happen based on what I've seen in college, well, then why are we seeing everybody say one thing one moment, this another, flopping back and forth? Because no one knows. And him in a Liam Cohen offense is different than playing college ball. And if you think he can't play both sides of the ball and you're still running your trap around that because you're hating the guy, throwing all this hatred toward him, he's going to get hurt. Why? Because someone told me, Smitty, and I'm just repeating it like a Roger, a repeating Roger. I'm like a parrot. I'm just repeating it. I heard it over here. Why? He's trained for it. Tell me why. Why is he going to get hurt? Running quarterbacks can't throw the ball. Then they learn to do it. Now all of a sudden you got to be a running quarterback if you want to hang statistically. These things change and evolve, and it takes a player like Hunter who stepped out of the box and learned something different, trained for it different. He's got the calluses to do this job. Now, coming out of college, not playing both ways, yeah, probably a problem. Like a running back coming out of college that doesn't play running back, he's a receiver, and then they try and turn him into a running back, they get hurt. Antonio Gibson's the best example we could come up with for a player that they tried to do that with in Washington. It didn't work out. It looked like it could, but he couldn't hold up. Why? He didn't have the resume. He didn't have the experience. He didn't have the calluses to prove he could do it game in and game out, year in and year out. You can't take a halftime player on both sides of the ball, throw him at it full time at the NFL level and expect him to stay healthy. But you can take a guy that is trained for it, a guy that's done it nobody else has, and take him and throw him in both ways. And let's see what happens. And let's see where all the haters go. The haters are the same haters that hated A-Chan. Where are they at now? Do we see any A-Chan haters in the chat ever? Because we had them in here like clockwork all last year, all the year before. Where are the Kyron Williams haters? They still come around once in a while, but their points are ridiculously stupid. Where are the JD5 haters? Remember how many JD5 haters we had in this chat over and over and over, and we said welcome, but guess what? This is going to be your only year on the channel. How do I know this is your only year watching my channel? Because you're going to scatter like a cockroach the moment JD5 proves what we say he's going to prove. Where are the JD5 haters? Does anybody see a JD5 hater ever in the chat? No. No, they're gone. They're either watching silently, just ashamed. Their mom's ashamed of them. They didn't even get meatloaf. Their mom stopped cooking them meatloaf. They said, "You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing down there in the basement, Steven. So you think I'm bringing you meatloaf and charging your Game Boy? I'm not doing it anymore, Steven." JD5 going to the moon. This man, Travis Hunter, going to the moon. BTJ lives on the moon. There's nothing changing. This is all Jupiter, not the moon. Jupiter, I'm sorry, Jupiter. They're all on Jupiter. They're colonizing on Jupiter as we speak. Phone lines are open. Phone lines are open.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
I don't know how many Travis Hunter haters we're going to have in here tonight, but I imagine there are a couple lingering and dancing around, but we'll see. JD5 isn't going to Saturn, he's going to
Jupiter.
Travis Hunter isn't going to Saturn, he's going to
The Jupiter men. Jupiter is so large, every planet in the solar system could fit inside it. There are no bigger monsters than the Jupiter men.
Rocky, Hunter, Harvey, Lamb Chops, Jeanty, Neighbors, Hendy, JD5 Gibbs. I've never seen a more good-looking group of soldiers in my life in the fantasy football realm. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look at the crew. And these are the Saturn men if you've missed out on anything over the last handful of days.
The Saturn men.
Years.
One small step for man, one giant leap for Saturn.
Spaceman.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
No, I got a comment in here, 44 thumbs up. That is kind of despicable. Those are rookie numbers. We got 150 to 200 in here, in and out. Can we get those numbers pumped up, please? And phone lines are open. I don't know if I had the phone lines open. I'm sorry. I might have had them closed. They're open now. And the phone number was just posted. So jump in and we'll have this discussion real quickly. And then we'll move on to drafting in just a little bit. So dial in, and we'll go ahead. I'm doing one draft here now, and then we'll jump into a draft together. That's how we kind of try and do it here on the channel, to give you guys a little bit of a variety. Watching your boy Smitty, cook without everybody in the draft sniping the hell out of me. All right, here we go. So we got this draft here starting in... Where is it? 28 seconds. Let me pull this up. Starting in 28 seconds, go to draft. Pull up the draft board. There it is. Looks like your boy's got a nice draft selection for this one. This one's looking good. We're drafting from the 6th spot. I kind of like that draft spot. That's going to be good for us. We're going to be able to hammer down some good picks here. Probably get a chance at Bucky, Rashee Rice, maybe Drake London. This will give us a shot at Gibbs. If not, Lamb, JJ, probably something along those lines. So this is a pretty good draft slot to be in. Phone lines open again. Dial in if you want to discuss anything. Jamar Chase goes number 1 overall. This is a Puppy 2. Puppy 2? Doing it live? Jonathan, what are you running your mouth about? Everyone's saying simmer down, Jonathan. Let me read what Jonathan's doing. Well, I'm almost on the clock, Jonathan. You're making me look at what you're talking here. On the clock here, Jahmyr Gibbs can't pass up the opportunity. This is potentially the number 1 overall player, as is Bijan. Gibbs is a home run at 6. I keep seeing Gibbs at 6, and it makes me laugh. It makes me just laugh at those, just thinking that Gibbs can't be 1 again. Monty, it's Monty. Monty's irrelevant. He's irrelevant. He has nothing to do with Jahmyr Gibbs' value. Because no matter what, that running back workload's going to somebody. It has nothing to do with Monty. Gibbs will get his, and that's the end of the story. Gibbs is also going to be on the field a majority of the time this year, as this team is not going to be quite the same, and they're going to need to lean on him. And when they're throwing from behind a lot, guess who's on the field? Gibbs. And I'm not saying they're going to lose all the time. I'm just saying when they're behind, or when the game is close, or when they need to catch up to win. And I think they will win the division. They'll probably crawl into the division win, but it won't be a lambasting like it could have been if Ben Johnson stayed and, two-fifths of the offensive line wasn't missing. All right, let me go to I think it's Big T. Big T, you're live.
Hey, Smitty. I wanted to ask you, where do you have A-Chain? On what planet do you have A-Chain? Or is he on a planet yet?
He's on, hold on one second. On the clock here, Bowers, Rice. I mean, I could go Rice here, but Bucky's here. Let's go double RB, see what we get on the way back. Devon A-Chan is, you know what? He might not, because he's on... I don't think we actually have him.
Jupiter is so large.
Yeah,
The Saturn Men.
probably needs to be.
He's on a shuttle to Mars.
Yeah, damn it.
The Saturn Men.
One small step for man, one giant leap for Saturn.
It's not like, you know, people don't know he's coming, but I don't know. It is hard to put him on when he's going as high as he is, but at the same time, his value. You know, this board is about smashing ADP, and A-Chan's gonna still smash ADP.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we're gonna have to think about that. I mean, he's on everything else. We got him on as a graduate on the Supernova. People know we're not missing the boat on him or anything, but maybe he does need to be. It's just tough because, like, who do I take off? And I can't keep just adding people. I don't know. We'll have to look at it in a second. We'll have to look at it in a second. I'll figure something out. We need to have like a Mount Rushmore, you know, or something where we already hit a home run. You know, let's move on and find other breakouts instead of. But the thing about it, like even with JD5 here,
The Jupiter Men. Jupiter is so large.
you know, JD5's ADP is remarkable. Gibbs' ADP at 6 overall is remarkable. So like HN deserves to be on it too. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll put him on there somewhere because you're right. I mean, the bottom line is he's going to crush ADP. Hold on one second. Let me just see if I get this pick. I got Marv still available. I got Garrett Wilson still available. The problem is this is a wide receiver hungry environment, but Jacobs going with that 28 pick ensures we get one. I hope it's Garrett Wilson that falls. Marv went, so good. We'll go Garrett. Other options, Kyron Williams, Breece Hall, Chase Brown, Devontae Adams. I want to go Garrett here. So Garrett, Gibbs, Bucky. I'm fine with it.
You'll be good on RB for a while.
I did land this, which I like a little bit better, and I've never got this before. I got this tonight. It's in a slow draft. Bijan, Bucky, and Rashee Rice. I haven't landed that. That's a best ball mania. It was
a great start.
Crazy that I landed it. I like this one near as much, but that one's pretty damn good. All right, what else you got, bro?
You mentioned Gibbs in regard to what his workload is going to look like. I completely agree. I don't think Monty is relevant as far as Gibbs' workload. The only thing that would concern me about Gibbs is the offense changing and the offensive line changing. Just from a personnel standpoint, that's all I can really chalk up.
But that's going to really hurt the up the gut stuff more than, get the ball in Gibbs's hands on the outside, throw it to him. They're lining him up as a wide receiver more often, and that doesn't mean that Monty's in the backfield every time. It just means that they're going to put him in motion. There's a lot of motion in this league now. You have to have motion. Pre-snap motion is the way to go. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's up the gut is going to be the problem. I don't think they're going to have any issue with Gibbs on the outside, but not to mention, you got to keep in mind, look at Kyron almost fell to me here. Damn it. That would have been unbelievable. I'm going to go with, I'm going to cue Hampton just in case I time out so I don't get stuck. Damn it. I mean, maybe I'll go early Travis Hunter. I'll put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to go early Travis Hunter, put my money where my mouth is. Even though it's a tad bit early, he probably would not have made it to the next pick in Harvey will. So it's a matter of, I would have probably taken Hampton here, and at wide receiver wouldn't have got who I wanted. I'd rather have Hunter and Harvey than Hampton and no Hunter. So I'm going to go that route. What was I saying? I was talking about,
Gibbs.
Yeah, I just think that Monty's going to suffer more than Gibbs is, and this team has so many weapons. There's only so much that can really be focused on by a defense. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're just going to stack the box. You can't. You got J-Mo, you've got Laporta, you got St. Brown. Even though Goff will take maybe a step back in production, it's still a lot of weaponry that's going to make it kind of easier on Gibbs than I think people think, because he's so shifty, so elusive. You just might have maybe Goff getting hit a little more, and some of that up the gut work might be a little less yard per carry. But I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
But this is why Bijan for 1 and Gibbs is 2, is because Bijan has 0 question marks. There's everything's gotten better or stayed the same, and the things that stayed the same were already great. So nothing. There's no negatives. Everything about Bijan is on the upward uptick or staying amazingly the same. Gibbs has the few small things that would make you say, okay, I'll take Bijan. And then if Gibbs falls to 6, I love the value of Gibbs at 6 as much as I love Bijan at 1. So that discrepancy in value is perfect.
Yeah, and the thing about Gibbs, like, I mean, I'm a UGA fan too. I'm a Bulldog fan, and Tate Ratledge, he's a good center prospect. Like, I feel like he can turn into a good offensive line piece for them. Obviously, don't want to expect too much of him as a rookie, but I feel like the run game can be fine as far as for this year. But there is upside for the run game to, like, bounce back to what it was last season, right? And then the thing about the Lions as a team and their offense is, if they're playing like how they were last season, their offense is like clicking on all cylinders, cool, Gibbs is getting rushing. And if the Lions aren't as great on offense and they're playing from behind, cool, Gibbs can catch. He's one of the best receiving backs in the league. So
yeah, Gibbs is,
I mean,
proof. He's Monty proof. He's everything proof. And given, again, all the weapons that are on this roster, there's no great concern. There's just okay, you know, it sucks that, you know, you lose 2/5 of your line essentially, but look, the weapons are gonna, just like Kurt Warner, as I always say, went to Arizona and his quick release fixed the offensive line problems. It didn't actually, nothing was really fixed. It just, he spread out offense, quick release. Like, they'll find ways to make it so it's not hitting as hard as it could. All right, bro. I got to run. Appreciate you, Big T. Call back if you got another one. I got to go to the next caller.
For sure, man.
All right, Matthew, you're live. And then I got these 2 super chats.
What's up, Smitty? You're good. I just have a question. It's kind of related to Travis Hunter. And what I'm about to ask you, it's not like hate related at all. I'm a total Travis Hunter supporter. Totally love Xavier Worthy. I'm just curious. Sometimes you'll talk about more biological stuff. You know, you'll talk about Christian McCaffrey and his Achilles. You'll talk about guys and their knees. I just want your thought or your take on wide receivers, some of these lighter receivers who are 6 foot, 170, you know, like Xavier Worthy's in at 165. Clearly the weight it's not a problem, but then you have guys like A.J. Brown who are 6'1", 225. And just your thought, like, maybe why aren't they getting hurt, or what is it about them that, because I would say that old heads would say, oh, if you're too light, you're not going to make it in the league. And I think Travis can be fine, but
the league has changed a lot. So, you know, 10 years ago, this might be a problem, but you also have coaching staffs that got to believe. Remember before Alvin Kamara, so Sean Payton, RJ Harvey, listen up. That's why RJ Harvey is going to be fine. He's short, but he's not small. Harvey's one of the bigger lower body backs in the entire league now. The moment he was drafted, he became the secondary player to Saquon Barkley in terms of being quadzilla. So this guy's
5'8", 205.
This guy's a monster. He's short, but he's a monster. Yeah. And so he'll be a good pass blocker too. But here's the thing. It's like you needed Sean Payton to believe in Alvin Kamara, a running back I predicted to be a top 5 running back before he's even drafted, by the way. But this is a player that had a certain frame that a lot of people would have passed over. And it takes certain coaches and it takes certain repetitive behaviors and copycatting to get the league as a whole to believe in this new movement. You know, throwing to running backs took time, but now everybody throws to running backs. Running quarterbacks, they get injured and they're not good passers. Now they're everything. Now they do it all. And damn it, hold on one second. I'm just going to grab my usual This bully QB, this mofo's team looks similar to the other ones, but that's right. I keep
Adding
smashing
Mahomes.
it. I'm doubling down, baby. And they're different
Let's
variants.
go.
They're different variants. But anyway, my point being this is again, 10, 15 years ago, bro, yeah, you're gonna see teams not believe in a guy like that. Maybe they don't get through. You know, maybe Worthy would have never been given a chance. Look, if Worthy didn't get drafted by the Chiefs, he wouldn't have been hyped up because he was only hyped up by the landing spot. You know, the 40 time got him on the map, but then people were like, but will he get taken? Will a team really believe? And it takes teams to believe. Now, the position is evolving. You've got tons of wide receivers that have already proven it. So the answer is already been answered. Devontae Smith has been thriving in the league successfully. You know, we've got a lot of thinner players that
Totally.
the league. So the fact that you can slip around, movement, motion, play in the slot wide receivers are now some of the best wide receivers. It's not like, you know, a slot is the third wide receiver and they don't play anymore. Like, you got to be on the three wide receiver set. So the only way you're going to see a slot wide receiver ever do good if they run a lot of three wide receiver sets. Not even the case anymore. So to answer your question, it's like air. You breathe now. Small wide receivers, big wide receivers, it doesn't matter. None of it matters. What matters is how good you are, and are you in a system that can utilize your talents and skills. If Hunter had gone somewhere where they didn't even want to play him at wide receiver all the time, there you go. You know, that alone is going to decide what's potentially, you know, going to be in store for him. But not worried about it, bro. He's bulked up too. I believe Hunter's added quite a bit of weight. Hold on one second. I got to draft. I guess I'll go Kelsey here. I got Mahomes, Kelsey, got Mahomes. All right, Mahomes, Kelsey, Joe Burrow, RJ Harvey, Travis Hunter, Garrett Wilson, Bucky Irving, Jahmyr Gibbs. Fantastic.
I
But
totally agree, Smitty.
Not worried.
It's
case
I'm
by
not
case.
worried about him at all.
Yeah,
I'm
and
excited to see him play both sides of the ball. It's going to be great.
And everything, like I always say, is case by case, bro. Just because one light wide receiver did it doesn't mean another light wide receiver is going to do it. Just because one bulked up, heavy duty, you know, muscle man wide receiver does it doesn't mean that the next guy's going to do it. It is literally kind of almost a non-factor. I don't need someone to weigh 220. I don't need someone to not weigh 185. It just really depends on, and this whole Tank Dell narrative probably paints a picture that, you know, smaller wide receivers can't make it, but it's just not true. You know, it just comes down to situationally, case by case, what's the player's ability to stay healthy, not how small they are. There's a lot that goes into it. You know, look at Bucky Irving. You know, anybody questioning Bucky Irving right now? Nobody is. You know, Achan, he's a top 12, top 13 dynasty running back, and he's a little guy, according to everybody. All right, bro, got to go. Anything else real quick?
No, that's great. Appreciate it.
All right, later, bro. All right, we got some super chats here that got to be handled. This one from Spectacular, $10 hauler gets a Mars shot.
To Mars!
And actually, let me just cue my next player, Keon Coleman. I'm going to cue him. Mark Andrews, Evan Ingram. I like Evan Ingram. I love Charbonnet. Let's see here. I think Keon Coleman's pretty good. I do need another wide receiver. Let's go Keon Coleman, get that third wide receiver. So I got Garrett Wilson, Travis Hunter, Keon Coleman. Travis Kelce is my tight end, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow as my one QB rotation. In optimal scoring, we got Gibbs and Harvey. Pretty damn good team so far. Spectacular, appreciate you. How they keep letting you do Joey B, Pat Mahomes, Kelce, same as last night. Well, I don't know. Different folks in the chat are in the draft, you know, but we're smashing that. Look at that. Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Keon Coleman, pretty good. 6, 7, 8, 9. But thank you, my boy, for dropping the $10 hauler. Appreciate you. Travesty, appreciate you. Traded Caleb Williams and Puka for Jamar and Devontae Smith. 10-man super flex. My QBs are Penix Jr., Bryce Young, and Geno. So traded Caleb and Puka for Jamar and Devontae Smith. Yeah, I mean, I don't love Caleb Williams, bro. You're not going to get me complaining about this trade. And honestly, I like Bryce Young easily as much. Could Caleb outscore Bryce Young in fantasy because of Ben Johnson? Sure. I mean, just like Goff, played better football than he really, was deserving of being crowned, or acknowledged. I think that, Caleb could have a much better fantasy football outcome than his actual, how good is he as a quarterback outcome. But I don't think that's going to be top 10 or anything, but I just think that, it'll be borderline 12 to 15, and I just don't care. I'd rather have your quarterbacks. Now, I'd maybe look to trade Devontae Smith. I think that's something I would consider. Now, I got to make a decision whether I go J.K. Dobbins here or Zach Charbonnet just went. Okay. I don't mind. I don't like cuffing all the time, but when I'm sitting here looking at the board and I just don't see anything that tickles my fantasy fancy, I'm going to go ahead and take this secured backfield. So Harvey, J.K., I got Gibbs up top. I feel really good about my 2 RBs now because Gibbs is a workhorse and Harvey, J.K. protects me and gets me that Harvey value that I know will eventually be there if it's not out there in week 1. So it's a good pick. J.K.'s not the pick for everyone. Sharps already went, unfortunately, right before me. Probably a sniper. This one right here, how are we feeling about Kyle Williams? We love Kyle Williams. You might even see me draft him here. Don't overdraft him because you need to have a mixture. There's so many good players around his ADP that you want to get a little share of. But definitely want some shares of Kyle Williams. He could definitely be like a Marquise Colston, surprise. What underdog drafts do you normally do, says Matt. Matt, appreciate you. We just mix it up, bro. Once a new one drops like this and it's $5, we like to jump in just because everybody can jump in. $5 is cheap, and if you do the $10 minimum and they give you $5 by hitting the link that's pinned in the live chat, the link that's in the description of the video, or code Smitty. And again, if you're watching a replay, just click that link in the description of the video. Code Smitty gets it done. I've got code Smitty all over the top and bottom. Then depositing the $10 minimum gets you $5 because they match your first deposit 50% up to $1,000. So you could drop $2,000, they'll match it up to $1,000, so you get $1,000 if you drop $2,000. But if you do like 100, they'll give you 50. If you do 20, they'll give you 10. If you do the minimum 10, they'll give you 5. So we usually do, the $5 ones when we can, but we do a lot of Best Ball Mania. Kyle Williams is here. Bashal Tootin, I like quite a bit. Ray Davis, I love right here. Trey Benson, I love right here. Let's go with Ray Davis. Let's go with Ray Davis. Love me some Ray Davis. I love Tootin too. I was very intrigued by Tootin. I love Benson as well. One of those guys might be back on the way back. But this one right here from Travesty, traded Caleb. Oh, I already answered this one. Yeah, I try and now trade Devontae Smith in something. You know what I mean? Like, would I trade Smith and Geno for a slight upgrade, or would I trade Smith and maybe even Bryce Young to go get Bo Nix, try and get creative Mahomes, Bo Nix, give up a first rounder maybe to do some other package? Like, I'm looking to use the Devontae Smith value if at all possible. But you got Jamar Chase, big W in this. You got quarterbacks that'll be fine. But I do try and use Devontae Smith and maybe some picks, even if it's a bunch of seconds. But first, if need be, to get Devontae Smith into a safer vehicle. Let's say you're good at quarterback even, and you're going to roll with Bryce Young. If you can't upgrade Bryce Young to Nix or to Mahomes, 2 of my favorite guys to get at this value we're talking with this upgrade, you could always try and get Devontae Smith, Geno, and a first rounder to go get a monster, bro. Go get a monster dynasty piece. Like a Hampton or whatever. Do you like Patrick Mahomes this year? Of course I do, Eric. We talk about him nightly. Eric, I don't know if you're new. If you are, welcome. Appreciate you. But yeah, Mahomes is a steal. Mahomes could be a top 1 to 5 quarterback any given season. Don't let these other people tell you that you listen to. He hasn't been good for 2 years. He's a top 5 wide receiver room, but he hasn't been. Don't worry about that. That won't change anything. Getting Rusty Rice getting injured didn't affect anything. Didn't derail anything. Just move forward. Onward. Onward, son. What are we doing here? Bashal Tootin, Kyle Williams. Let's go curveball, Isaiah Likely. Because Kelsey, I like him. I've got him cuffed to Mahomes, but I believe that Likely could win leagues. Thank you, Travis, for the super chat. I got 2 more super chats, unless I've already answered these 2. Travis, I got this one. Joey B. Yeah, no, these are already been answered. All right, caller on the phone line. What is your name and where are you calling from?
This is June. I'm calling from Rochester.
What's up, June? Is this quadruple M?
This is quadruple M, June.
What's up, quadruple June? What's up?
What's up, brother? I'm glad to see you again at 12 a.m.
All right. What can I do for you?
Okay, so here's the deal.
Oh.
Who are we taking number 1 overall?
Bijan.
If
I have to answer this question that has so many variables involved that I can't possibly give you a blanket answer. You know what I mean? Like there's so many variables involved. Is it run heavy? But in general, Bijan is the best value in my opinion in fantasy. As much as I love Jamar Chase, there's a lot of scenarios I can think of. Injury, Joe Burrow injury, Jamar Chase injury, Bengals struggle for 3-4 straight games at the beginning of the year. Like, these are all things we've seen. You know, so it's not like I can't grab Rashee Rice and feel like maybe I got a top 4 wide receiver in the second round. London could be wide receiver 2 or 3, or really 1. So give me London and Bijan. Give me, Garrett Wilson, I think will be a top 7 wide receiver. Give me Garrett Wilson and Bijan. I just think it's a little bit safer at the end of the day. But it does depend greatly on what you expect your league to do. Because if you go Bijan and there's no wide receivers left, I can't control that or predict it. So you got to really use your noggin, bro, and figure out what's...
I agree. Well, in my position, I have most of the people playing are going to go heavy wide receiver. I already know that. I'm thinking about getting 1 top wide receiver and then filling up RB. Or maybe I'll start RB.
I can already tell. Don't think position, bro. Think, you gotta look at that and say, okay, it's gonna be heavy, but just make sure you're not drafting. I'm gonna draft an RB, then I'm gonna draft a wide receiver. If I draft a wide receiver, you draft players. You know what I mean? And usually, there's all things being equal, you can lean positional, but just making sure we're not like passing on a Bucky just to draft a wide receiver because it's thinning out. You know what I mean?
On the best available.
Always best.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I think Bijan, to me, and there's risk involved in drafting against traffic at the top of the draft. Like, you're going to be heading into rush hour. Like going against traffic would be you draft Bijan and they go wide receiver shopping, right? Okay. So then when you flip into round 2, everybody's going to go running back shopping, and then you're going to go wide. So you're going to go against traffic. There's pros and cons to it. The cons are maybe you get screwed out of wide receiver. But if that happens, then you're probably getting a running back you shouldn't be getting yet again down at the bottom of 2, and you just make it work. And there'll be receivers around, bro. We've talked about this
exactly
before. If you ended up getting, let's say, Bijan, Bucky, and let's say, I don't know, Kyron, okay? Then you go DK, Debo, Hunter, Debo, you'll be all right.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm in a 10-team league, which I told you the other night. But I think I can go ahead and get Bijan, pass on wide receiver, get me a Derrick Henry or a Jahmyr Gibbs or an Achane. I'd be really happy with an Achane. And then I can start filling out the wide receiver a little bit. I know there's a lot of depth there.
Yeah. I could get behind it. All right, bro.
And then maybe wait for QB, wait for tight end.
Bro, again, you're talking drafting positions. You got to take... I can't help you 7 rounds in, because what if the right player's sitting there, Like... You're trying to plan everything out. You can't go into a chess match going and move 5. I'm moving my pawn to this.
You're right.
Space,
It all depends on what happens.
But I will say, in general, through a bunch of practice, that you get probably Knicks, Mahomes, or Burrow at a great spot in your draft. And so usually that's what I'm looking at. But just like you got to adjust and adapt, though, look at this draft here. I didn't plan on taking Burrow. He's sitting there. I don't always want to take Burrow and Mahomes, even though it looks like I do. It's just the value's too crazy. I look at Mahomes right here. I could have went Igbukah. I was considering Igbukah for sure. But I like this Mahomes value. I smashed it. I feel great about it. And I don't regret it. I think Keon Coleman and Mahomes is going to give me an edge over just having Igbukah and missing on Mahomes. So it's fine.
That's fair. I don't know if I would have necessarily went Joe Burrow and then Pat Mahomes. Joe Burrow, I love that pick right there. Mahomes, I feel like we could have waited a little longer and gotten someone like a Purdy or a Goff.
Well, that tells a lot about how you view Mahomes and how I view Mahomes. So I'm going to say I respect your take, but I disagree with it strongly. But that's okay. Why we play the game, my boy. It's why we play the game.
He's good for 15 to 20 points almost every week.
Who?
But I don't know.
Who?
Not enough for me.
Who? Who's good for 15, 20 points?
Patty Mahomes.
Finish him.
Patty.
Call terminated.
$20 holler from Stanton. Smitty, you're my boy. Want to talk? Stanton, let's do it. Dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Thank you, Stanton. Appreciate you, my boy. All right, I took Dante Thornton. I got Michael Wilson Jr., who I think is a really solid player this year. I really, really like him. It looks like I got bye week 8. My receivers are bye week 8, bye week 8, bye week 8, bye week 9, bye week 7. So I definitely need a non-bye week 8 wide receiver. And I have 2 bye week 10 quarterbacks. So with my 2 of my last 3 picks have to be a bye week, not 10. Yes, Stanton, the number is on screen. I just showed it. Dial in. I got you. Okay. Quarterback. Damn it. I'm going to have to pass on a quarterback here and come back and take a quarterback that I don't. I need a non-bye week. We'll go bye week 10 Yoshi Voss, which fits perfect with Joe Burrow. So Thornton, Yoshi Voss, Michael Wilson, Keon Coleman, Travis Hunter, Garrett Wilson. I'll review the team in a second. Yeah, Stanton, the phone line's open, bro. Dial in. Yeah, I don't know where Denny is, man. I don't know if he's coming home. I don't know, bro. We haven't heard from Denny in a while. It's been over the 48 hours. I think we can.
Uh-oh. Seems like I'm on.
Yeah, what's up, David? You're live.
Oh, how's it going?
How's it going?
Good. I'm excited to see you. This is awesome.
All right. What can I do for you, bro?
Drafting.
Thank you. What can I do for you? You're live.
Shit. I didn't have a question. I'm sorry. I didn't have a question offhand. I was just calling in.
Calling to hang out.
Draft here. Do you think that Restrepo kid or whatever that Cam Ward got is a good pickup?
I like Restrepo. I was actually looking at him here. I like Restrepo, but the only problem is because of A.O. Minor, Ridley, Restrepo, you kind of almost got to grab like Restrepo and A.O. Minor together with Cam, and it's kind of a fun best ball move. But yeah, I do like him a lot. There's a lot of upside for sure. Hold on one second, bro. I got to decide what to do with this pick. Hold on one second. Okay. I'm going to go with that's another bye week 8. Oh, well, I'm going to go Tesla here. I'm going to roll with two tight ends, likely in Kelsey. Not the safest move, but it's not exactly a put a nail in the coffin situation anyway, because sometimes people overthink the third tight end spot when you have another need, like quarterback's way more important to have a quarterback situation securely buttoned up, having a wide receiver that's going to fit in with the bye week, than to have a tight end you're going to grab this late anyway, and they get you 2 points during that week, and you're like, great. Now you got a dead weight on your team all year long, never going to unseat your other tight ends. Whereas the wide receiver you got, like my Isaac Tesla, he could have like 4 or 3 pop games, So he's definitely a good grab. My next pick will be probably a quarterback. All right, go ahead, bro. What was your question?
Do you think wide receivers deeper this year, or running backs with all the rookies coming in?
I don't think there's a like light
because I see a lot of rookies and a lot of changing of the guard, kind of like Kamara's getting a little old, Derrick Henry's getting a little old.
Yeah, but
they're drafting.
They're being replenished.
New running back.
They're getting replenished at a greater rate than we're losing them. Man, we haven't even lost them yet. People are taking them, and it's creating some bump downs. You know what I mean? Like a Kamara's going ahead of Harvey and Hendy. Then Kamara isn't a dry zone. He's actually participating in moving running backs down the board for us. So there is no dead zone. I occasionally there's a dead zone somewhere, but the past couple of years people throw around dead zone as if it exists, but there's no dead zone. There's no dead zone anywhere.
Do you ever look at the Vegas? Do you ever look at the Vegas odds of some of these guys and compare it to the fantasy rankings?
Of course.
Like you'll see a wide receiver that's like 27, and then the wide receiver that's ranked 15. But in Vegas odds, they're both at like 1,000 yards or something and 5 touchdowns.
Yep.
You kind of wait on those, or
do a lot of hires and lowers on this channel. Underdog promo code Smitty. So we do it. I do a specific segment every week on the hires and lowers, and I have I don't know if I have it on here. Let me find it real quickly. Hold on. Let me see if I have it. I think it's right here. This is these are my favorites right here for the season long and week 1. Achane higher, 55.5 rushing yards in week 1 at the Colts. Rashee Rice, 53.5 receiving yards in week 1 at the Chargers. And then over on the side here, got a couple different things. This is a season long. Marvin Harrison Jr., 6.5 TDs higher. Bucky Irving, 1074 rushing higher. Brock Bowers, 5.5 TDs higher. Malik Neighbors, 6.5 TDs higher. And CeeDee Lamb, 8.5 TDs higher. And that, I believe, is 100 to win $2,000 or whatever it is. So that one wins, I think it was $2,000. This one right here is a $10. Hold on.
If you fall later in the draft, you go wide out. But in the earlier draft, you go running back usually, right? Or
nope.
Because you were telling the other guy how you kind of, depending on where people land.
Best player available.
Right.
Yeah.
You always go best player available or no?
Yeah. I mean, best player available.
Even if you're stacked at the position?
I mean, you can find ways to justify that if you're so bad off at wide receiver that the best player available for you is a wide receiver. But I don't let it reshape my team. Hold on one second. So Rashee Rice, 53.5 receiving yards, $10 entry, $206 you win for this week 1 contest. Achane over 55.5, Bucky over 72, London over 68, Bijan over 78 rushing, and Rashee Rice over 53. So if anybody wants to try these hires out, especially tailing some of these, especially this Rice, this Achane, these ones for week 1, and then this is the season long stuff, get on over to Underdog. Links in description. Code Smitty gets it done as well, and then this link right here I'll drop is the same link that's pinned in the live chat, same link that's in the description, but just more handy because it's right there. Click it, do it live. All right, last question, bro.
Last question. For tight end, do you like Njoku or Warren, or do you go a little later and kind of have a little bit of a sleeper tight end, or somebody that you kind of wait on?
Love Ingram, love Likely. Don't mind drafting Bowers or McBride if the right players don't fall. But
what, round
I think
2 though?
In round 2,
do you think Bowers is a round 2, early round 2, or late?
If he's the best player available.
Really?
Yeah.
If
he's the best player available, bro. It's all about best player available. Everything. I'm not saying you don't go hero RB. I'm not saying you don't go zero wide receiver.
Right.
I'm not saying you don't go running back. But those are the sub strategies that come from choosing the best player on the board. You know, like you're not necessarily playing that game. You're playing the best player available game, chewing gum, walking at the same time, trying to make sure you're balancing your team the best way you can. And best player available is going to change based upon your positional need, based on the board, based on the people you're drafting with. You're going to reach in best player available. I reach like a madman performing best player available. Like I took Travis Hunter extra early in this particular draft because I knew that it would help me build the best team possible and set me up for a best player scenario in the next round. Sometimes my reach of what I believe could probably be the best player available, even though I'm reaching, is going to set up my next round to make it very easy to grab the best player available, not be tempted to try and draft positional need. That's why I'm not scared to go RB. I'm not scared to go wide receiver. I'm not scared to go balance. At the end of the day, balance is better than anything. If you can chew gum, walk at the same time, draft best player available, and come out with a running back wide receiver or wide receiver running back, that is probably the best case scenario, because it allows you so much latitude in rounds 3 and 4 to really just hammer home the best pick possible and not worry about, I need a wide receiver. I put myself in a box.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, all right. I appreciate your time. Thank you for the last question that you gave me. And it's always good seeing you on here, and you're doing a great job, man. Keep it up.
Call on anytime. You got to call back. All right, later. All right, this is my team right here. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes going with the risky Jalen Milroe week 10. Hopefully he's in there balling. I can't imagine that we're living in a world where in week 10, Milroe's not taking over the job. But, you know, it's a risk that I'm willing to take because it allows me to stack all these other positions and not go earlier third quarterback. Gibbs, Bucky, RJ Harvey, Dobbins. So Dobbins and Harvey cuffed. Ray Davis, Jaden Blue. Love the running back stable. It's pretty deep. You know, it put me in a bind at backup tight end because I only have 2. I have Likely and Kelsey. But as I mentioned, even if I was to take a tight end, let's say Ferguson, the rookie for the Rams, or even Noah Gray, you know, to an extent would have been somebody I might have taken just to back myself up. If injury strikes one of these guys, and let's say it strikes right before the other one is able to facilitate that bye week help, it's one game, and you might have grabbed somebody else that scores 3 points. So you kind of got to, you know, look at it that way. When you got 2 very solid options, and I think Likely's a league winner potentially. Travis Kelce's a great. Garrett Wilson, Travis Hunter, Keon Coleman, Michael Wilson, Dante Thornton, Yoshi Voss, Tesla. Very, very good team. This is a $5 puppy 2. Let's jump into one more $5 puppy 2. So open up the Underdog app. Here's the link to Underdog one more time. Code Smitty gets it done. They'll match your first deposit. Thank you, Double M. Is this Double M? Are you different than Quadruple M? Hit that thumb up button on your way out the door. Subscribe if you're new. Appreciate all of you. All right, Underdog, code Smitty matches 50% on your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. That link has been dropped in the live chat. It's pinned in the live chat as well. It's in the description of every video. Let's open up the Underdog app. Don't click anything yet. Don't click anything yet. Let me just pull it up. We're gonna go into the puppy 2. Okay, puppy 2. Hover over the green button. We're gonna give some people some chance to sign up. Hit the green button in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. 5 more, 4 more, 3 more to start, 2 more to start, 1 more to start drafting. That's how quick you guys fill it up. Don't get mad. Don't fret. This used to be the way with mock drafts too. We literally fill it as quick as anything we've ever seen. We are going to open up this draft. Where's it at right here? It starts in 40 seconds. Puppy 2. There it is. Let me put it up on screen. I don't know what pick I got. 8. Okay. We'll see what how the 8 serves me. And in the draft, we've got Harrison, my boy Harrison. Ray G made it in. Steele, I don't know which one you steal. I know you're in here a lot with us. RJ's in the 1 spot. It's gonna be a Snipeville, a Snipe Fest, guys. Try your best. Try your best not to embarrass Papa. That's the thing about our crew is we know more than anyone, in my opinion. In my opinion, there's not a There's not a group of a community, a fantasy community that knows more than our community. We crush, and we have so many weekly winners. We have so many weekly winners. One of them, which is in this draft right here. We have so many weekly winners. We've had people that have won 20K 4 or 5 times from our community. But when our community gets together in the same draft, they climb over each other and reach. It's a reach-a-thon. So I just tell you, be mindful of that. Be careful of that, and don't screw your opportunity to get some good value. And I tend to draft a different team whenever I draft with you guys than I draft normally, because I take what I can get, and I don't allow the reaching to affect me too much. I'm going to go Jeanty here. And I try and use this as an opportunity to diversify my portfolio, if you will. Phone line's open. Dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Snipe City, you have entered Snipe Zone. I need Denny to yell. You've entered Snipe City. Denny, where are you? Denny, we need you to call in. Come home, Denny. Come home. Come home, Denny. Healing, you got in with Rock Out in the other draft. Okay. Yeah, it fills fast, bro. Jason's in the 10 spot. The 10 spot is Jason. He is, okay. River Rat, that's you. Who is Steel? Steel's in here a lot. Which one of you is Steel? Which one of you is Steel? Bad pick, Smitty. Okay. You let me handle this one. You let me handle. You pick Jeanty, and it's a bad pick. You let me take care of this. Don't stop. Don't embarrass yourself. Let's go. Let's go, Bucky. Let's go double RB, baby. It's a little bit of a running back heavy group we are. How is Jeanty a bad pick, says Matt. Matt, we don't know. Whatever. I'm late, says Vader. Vader, glad you're here, bro. How much Bucky do I have? I'll tell you right now. Let me go over to track. I always love looking at this. Drafts completed. Best Ball Mania exposure listing. Mahomes is my number one exposure with 79%. Kelsey at 59, Harvey at 57, Kyron at 52, Charbonnet at 51, Debo at 43, Bucky Irving at 36. I got to pump those numbers up. The reason that you're going to find a lot of these other guys can capture that higher percentage is because they go later and their ADP fluctuates inside the rounds that their ADP lives, right? So Mahomes can go anywhere in 7 or 8, and so you have so much ability to spread that out over any draft slot you get. But Bucky, you specifically need a late first round pick to get Bucky in round 2. So you can't really get to a 90% exposure because you have to have the 17, the 16, the 15, the 14, or the 13 pick to get Bucky. You got literally no ability to even get to a 50% rate on drafting Bucky because he'll get snagged from you too many times. Brady, you're making a whole lot of sounds over there. I don't know if you're eating cashews or what you're doing, but what can I do for you, Brady? Let's go ahead and let's let Brady talk. You're live.
Hey, man, this is Stanton. I'm not making anything live.
Huh?
Stanton. I'm Stanton.
Oh, well, okay. Stanton, what's up?
How you been, man?
I'm good, bro. Appreciate the super chat. What can I do for you?
Hold on, man. Let me try to fuck with my phone here for a second and not get all the... There's nothing going on in my house. I don't have any noise.
Well, I don't know. It was like this. It was almost like I don't know. Sounded like aliens. But anyway, I took.
Doing nothing, man. I just got back from playing the World Series of Poker. Doing the things that I do.
Attaboy, Stanton. Attaboy. Real quickly, I got Jeanty, Bucky, and Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm in the 8 spot. Those are 3 really good picks right here. Yeah. All right, what else you got, bro? Stanton, what can I do for you?
Stanton, for me?
Yeah.
Well, I want to talk about, I don't know, man. I think, well, it's been a minute, man. It's good to talk to you.
Yeah. What can I do?
Thinking about some things here. I think.
Hit me with it, Stanton.
I think. Okay, look, no, I'm coming in hard. I've talked. Okay. I was real busy last year, shit like that.
Okay.
I think you got Jeanty a little overrated. That's my.
Well, first of all, who'd you say have overrated?
Jeanty.
Okay, first of all, his name's Jeanty. So
anyway,
but hear me out. Hear me out.
We've been doing this shit for too many years.
Hear me out. When someone calls in and says, "I think you're overvaluing," and you don't even have the name right, it is a little hard to take it seriously. I'm just telling you.
I give you that.
Hold on. Let me merge this call. Hold on. So in that, I would just say, go ahead, carry on. And I don't know why. I don't know where you think you have a leg to stand on with that, though. But go ahead, please. Please.
Okay, what are we talking about here? Okay, you've got a guy that's phenomenal. Okay, I give you that. He is a phenomenal athlete. But at the end of the day, we got to look at the team he's playing on.
What, the team that has nothing to do with last year's team that's unrecognizable from last year?
Okay. So it's all going to be brand new and great this year? Are you kidding me?
Well, I mean, they do have Brock Bowers. They do have a pretty efficient quarterback in Geno. No one's saying he's a world star, but we're talking about a guy
let's look at the end game. Let's look at some real shit. All right, I hear a lot of beeping. I don't know what that means.
You what?
Cut me out?
What?
Cut me out? What's going on here?
I don't know. We're just trying to listen to your take. Where it's not real bearable of a take, but go ahead, keep going.
Okay. No, my take is that I don't think the Raiders are going to win a whole game.
Okay. Did Barry Sanders live in a world where he's constantly winning championships and winning games? Or I'm just trying to follow what you're talking about here. Did Brock Bowers not survive a really bad situation last year? Did players have to live on squads that are going to the Super Bowl? I mean, there's a lot of players that did well in bad situations. I still don't think you've given me one single tangible reason why Jeanty can't be what we think he's going to be if the talent's there. I mean, it's going to be a
He's fantastic.
You can't really use that anymore, my boy. You can't really say he's fantastic or you like him or you think he's going to be great because you just said he's overrated and he plays on a bad team. You can't really get back on that train. You got off it. I don't know. I got someone in the background making noise, so I'm going to hang up on that. Go ahead, bro. Keep going. You can't really get back on that train. The train's going 50, 60, 70 miles an hour. You jumped off, so it's already gone. But go ahead. Keep going.
Oh, he's the best player in the universe.
Okay.
Ever.
All right.
Done. I mean, beyond Bijan. He's the dude.
So are you now trolling with that comment? Are you really trying to use that when you just said he's overvalued and he plays on a bad team? He can't be as good as we think he's going to be. I'm confused, Stanton. I appreciate you. You know what? I love you, pal. I'm very, very confused right now.
I'm getting beat the fuck out here, so I'm about done. So
what do you mean you're getting? No one's beeping anything.
I think he's overvalued because I think he's a fantastic player. I think he's not playing on the right team. That's all. I think that's why he gets I get why you want to take him. I get it, but I think it's a little bit of a reach.
Well, duly noted. Duly noted, Stanton. But
what the fuck was the deal with all the beefs, dude?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know if it's on your side, but there's nothing going on. The chat doesn't hear anything. I don't hear anything. There was somebody talking on the line that was also there, and I hung up on them because they were like talking in the background. But that was it.
Do you want to get real on it?
I mean, Stanton, I've been waiting for her.
If you think he's the best running back ever, if you think he's like better than Bijan, that's cool. I don't. I think he's very, very phenomenal player. I just think he's probably not in the best situation to come in as a rookie, dude. That's the way I see it.
Stanton, there have been so many players. There are so many players that play in bad situations. It happens all the time. It's not, it's not something that nobody thought Bucky was in as good of a situation as he was in. That turned out to be amazing. There are plenty of situations. Chuba Hubbard was amazing in his situation. I just don't understand why we're trying to draw lines between that kind of. We've seen running backs thrive in bad environments all the time. Christian McCaffrey was the best running back in football in Carolina, and they sucked from year to year to year. So this doesn't really compute for me. But I appreciate your take. I appreciate your take, but I mean the whole world disagrees with you, and you're kind of acting like I'm off in La La Land with this take, and that Jeanty at 8 is far from Bijan, who's going 1 or 2. So I'm not making that argument, but this is my 3rd or 4th running back for 2025 fantasy football scoring. I don't think that's crazy at all.
Let's get real here.
You keep saying that. I'm trying.
Is laminated in, platinum. I've been on that train since the day it ever started. It's not that I don't like the player. I just don't like the situation. And I think
duly noted.
It's just a situation I don't like.
Duly noted, but it's not going to change it. There's a reason why he's ranked 8 overall and not up there with Bijan and Gibbs at 1, 2, and 3. Probably the situation. If the situation is going to be a lot better than you're painting, though. Brock Bowers just lived in it. Not to mention it's going to be 5 times better than last year at least. They've added Dante Thornton. They've got Brock Bowers going into his 2nd year. They brought in Geno, who's, whether you like Geno or not, he is miles ahead of what they had last year. This situation has improved greatly, tremendously, in crazy fashion, bro.
Are you actually telling me the Raiders are going to be good this year?
Stan, this is like talking to a wall.
No,
this is like talking to a wall. They don't even need to be elite. But they don't need to be elite. Look at Brock Bowers. They're going to be so much better than they were last year. They're going to move the football down the field. They're going to fight for a playoff spot. Doesn't mean that they're going to get it, but they're going to be in the mix. They're going to be in the mix for the 3rd wild card spot. Doesn't mean they'll get it. It just means that this team is going to actually play pretty decent football. Yes, I do agree, or I do say that. I will go on record saying I think they'll be better than you're mapping out. Do I think that they're going to have a playoff win? No. Do I think they make the playoffs? Not necessarily, but they'll be in that mix for that wild card spot. That's how good they'll be. It doesn't mean they'll make a wild card spot. They're just going to be a team that's sitting there at the end of the year. They got to win 3 games to get in. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is a team that's going to need to win all their last 3 games to get in, and they end up with 9 wins, and they don't make the play. Like, this is a team that's going to run the hell out of the ball, and Brock Bowers and Thornton and all these other.
I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling it, dude. Here's the
That's
deal.
fine,
Look
Stanton.
at
You don't need to.
in.
You don't
Name
need to feel
the
it.
division that they're in. Name the other 3 teams they're in there with. Name them for
Stanton,
me.
Stanton, we've already done all the division breakdowns. Hold on, I'm on the clock. Hold on.
Okay.
I've got Debo. I need a wide receiver. Hold on, Stanton. Hold on.
Doesn't matter. I'm going to win that.
You're not winning anything, Stanton. The whole world disagrees with you.
That's not the. My point is, look at the division they're in.
I know. I've done the breakdown.
Are they better than any of the? Can you say that they're really better than any 3 teams in their own division?
Stanton, listen. I've got the division predictions that I put up, and I did a whole show on it. And we put this. First of all, listen. This division can't really finish this way. This was a statement that I was making. 12-5 KC, 12-5 Denver Broncos. One of these teams is going to win the division. We were talking about they're so good, I'm going to make it a tie. And so there's too many wins going on in this division. Okay, just saying that right now so no one gets their panties in a bunch. I haven't tweaked it back. The last time I touched this, we were messing around with some, what if these teams played out of their minds. I have the Chargers and the Raiders were at 9 wins when we were messing around with this last. So let me put the Raiders back at 9 wins. Raiders at 9 wins. Listen, Stan, listen, I'm trying to tell you. Raiders at 9 wins.
Listening to you.
Okay, Raiders at 9 wins. Chargers at 10 wins. The Broncos and Chiefs at 12. So they're last in their division. That's what I predicted. But if you heard me say before, this is a team that's going to probably fight to the end, and they're going to need to win the last 3 or 4 games to get in, and they won't get in, but they're going to play really well. They're going to play hard. This is going to be a team that's going to have a real chance for a majority of the year, and then it's going to fall short as they're building this team up. And I don't love Geno. This is probably more along the lines of what we're looking at. But this is what we're talking about. I don't know.
I get what you're saying, and that's what I'm trying to tell you, dude. Smitty, you're my boy.
Stanton, you're not telling. First of all, Stanton, you're not telling me. This is what my records that I predicted for these teams. Hold on, I'm on the clock again. Keon Coleman's pretty nice right here.
All right, pick somebody.
Keon Coleman.
Take the next best tight end. It's all good.
Stanton, you got 10 more seconds, and I'm voting you off. But I appreciate you.
Hey,
but I think the chat's getting tired of this conversation.
You're my boy. The thing is, look at their division and look at how much problems they have, man.
What does that have to do with anything, Stanton? They can be 9 wins and still have Jeanty be the 3rd or 4th running back in the league. You're not listening. You're not listening. Jeanty's one of the best receiving backs in the league from Jump Street. He's yeah. Okay, so he'll be fine.
Dude, he's not the same thing because they're not playing the same game.
Dan, I love you, pal. I got to move on. You're not making any points or making any sense, but we still love you, pal. Call in if you got another take.
I'm making all the sense.
No, you're not. You're not. Okay, let's ask the chat. Hey, Stanton, do you believe that your chat's going to be completely not honest with this question? Because chat, put a thumbs up if Stanton's making sense. Put a thumb down if Stanton's not making sense. And if they say thumb down, I'll hit the hang up button. Deal?
Well,
and
God forbid that your chat says that I'm wrong.
No.
Because I'm telling you, it's probably not the best pick.
You're telling me again. There you are again, telling me. Stanton, why do I even have a show? Why do I even have a show, Stanton? Maybe I should just have Stanton come on and talk, because you're telling me all this amazing stuff. And I'm wrong on my take. I mean, I don't know. Stanton should just come on and talk.
I'm not telling you that you're wrong on anything.
You are. You just said, I'm telling you. Let's get serious here. I'm telling you.
Just settle it down, brother. I'm saying
this is my resting face, Stanton. This is where I live. This zone I'm in right here is where I live.
Man, it's a risky pick.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
It's not. The whole chat saying, sorry, Stanton.
You take him all day long, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Call back if you have a different take. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the.
I don't, because that's what's going to work out.
Okay. I'm saying a different conversation, Stanton. Good Lord.
All right.
All right. Later. Thank you.
All right, dude. Later.
Man, that was like taking a dump. It's just, I don't know. Some people, you can't really, it's not like, okay, first of all, you want to just say you have a different take, fine. But like Stanton's grip into this thing as if he's got that Gray's Book Sports Almanac and he's trying to tell me, Smitty, I've got it in front of me. It's on page 27. Please listen to me. It's on page 27. You know what I mean? Stanton, that's the attitude you're taking with it. On page 27 in the Gray's Book Sports Almanac, it says this. It says nothing. Look at this team. Burrow, Kyler, Jeanty, Bucky, Hampton, Sharbs, MHJ, Debo, Coleman, Kelsey. I think we're doing it live. Ray Davis is a nice pick here, too. Phone lines are open. Dial in. I'm on the clock. Hollywood's there. QB's available. Not looking there. Let me look at RB, Ray Davis. Tight ends. I'll go Trey Harris here. I don't have a lot of Trey Harris. This ain't a bad pick given Coleman's my 3. I think it feels pretty good. Blackbeard says, who was the number 1 tight end last year? I think he was on the Raiders. I don't, bro. Stan doesn't. Stanton. It was hard to hang up on Stanton because he believes it so much that like you almost can't let it lie. You know what I mean? Like if someone calls in and they're fumbling around, like Stanton wasn't fumbling around. Stanton acted like he had the Gray's Book Sports Almanac sitting right in front of him. So it was a little harder to just disconnect the call with that nonsense. But Stanton, I love you, pal. And Stanton, you know, you're still my boy, Blue. And Stanton did drop a $20 super chat, by the way. So Stanton deserves a standing ovation, at least for that. We'll give him a little one.
Let's go, mashed potatoes.
Thank you, Stan. And I love his super chat. It was, Smitty, you're my boy. You want to talk? Well, I tried. I tried to talk to you, Stan. I tried to talk some sense into you is what I tried to do. All right, let's go with I love Jaden Blue. I keep drafting Jaden Blue like crazy. Thank you, Stan, for the super. Thank you, Matt, for the super chat. Sean, Travesty, and Spectacular. Appreciate all of your super chats. I'm trying to tell you. He kept saying, all right, let's get serious for a second. I'm like, okay, I haven't been. Sorry, I'll start shaping up. Let's get serious. I'm trying to tell you. I'm not trying to tell you anything. I'm trying to tell you. Stanton, I love you, pal. Stanton, drop another 20, and I'll let you call back, and you can repeat everything you just said. Oh, my boy. It's my boy, Blue. It also cracks me up, though, Stanton. What's up, media? It also cracks me up when somebody thinks that I'm off base on something and they're trying to, like, talk sense into me when the entire world disagrees with that person and they agree with my stance. It's almost as if, like, they're in a bubble. We'll call him Bubble Boy. They're in a bubble and they have no clue that the rest of the world is sharing my view on. I mean, they're catching up, though. But they're sharing our view. And I don't know. Stanton, you made me laugh at least. If you got another topic, Stanton, you can call in and talk about that as well. All right, let's go over to the pre-rank board and let me see. I like Dylan Sampson for later. I shouldn't speak out loud because I'm going to get sniped. I don't want everybody to take my players. I get sniped left and right. We'll go Kyle Pitts and get that backup tight end. We don't have one yet. We only have Travis Kelce, right? So now we got 2 different bye week tight ends. Bye week 10, Kelce. Bye week 5, Pitts. We got Marvin Harrison Jr. 8, Debo Samuel bye week 12, Keon Coleman bye week 7, and Trey Harris bye week 12. So very, very, very good wide receiver room with spread out bye weeks minus the 2 Debo and Trey Harris 12s. And then running back stable is bye week 8, 9, 12, 8, 10. So we're fine. Jeanty, Bucky, Hampton, Sharbs, Jaden Blue, and then Joe Burrow and Kyler. Kyler cuffed to mother freaking Marvin Harrison Jr. And we've got Kyler Murray and Burrow cuffed to nobody yet. Move myself right there. Good team. I like what I got going on here. Yeah, Trey Harris could be a little bit of a problem for Ladd. I think Ladd's getting way overdrafted anyway. And then Trey, I'm not saying Trey's going to be better than him, but he's going to be a little bit of a problem for Ladd at his current cost of entry. Where's Denny, man? Where's Denny? You know, Travis hasn't called in a while either. Denny, Travis, if you're watching, no pressure, but feel free to dial in. I'm going to go Pat Bryant here. Love Pat Bryant. Great pick here. Got 3 rounds left. No, 4. No. Yeah, 4. I don't know where Denny is. Don't forget the body catcher, Quentin Johnston. All right, Quentin Johnston is definitely, bro, 100%. He is a body catcher. Yeah. God, where's Denny? Let's hear Denny's voice. I miss Denny.
Wanted. The top most wanted outlaws. Wanted. These outlaws are on the run. Wanted. 'Cause they're wanted. Dead or alive.
Smitty, can I just ask you one thing? Can we do karate in the garage?
Wanted.
Here, you know what we're going to do for Stanton? We're going to risk map plot Jeanty. Let's see where he goes. Stanton, this one's for you, pal. This one's for you. You're not going to like this one, though. This ain't going to jive with the take that you had. We'll risk map him. Put him on here. Jeanty, where are you at? Where's my Jeanty graphic? Here it is. My running back 3 or 4 overall for 2025 redraft. Situation is, in my opinion, in that 8 zone. Maybe even higher than that, Stanton. You're not going to like that. A little touch over 8. Maybe not 9, but it's probably 8.5. 8.5 inside the unicorn territory. Anti-risk, he's a 10. Guy took a boatload of carry. You could put him at 9.5 because his carry total was so big last year if you wanted. Talent, it's 11 if it was an option. This guy lives in the green zone in all 3 of the major categories, which makes him 100% Smitty.
You've just been Smitty approved.
All right, I just had to draft before I could switch scenes. Yeah, went ahead and went Michael Wilson. This is not a real call from Denny. This is just reminiscing on Denny's voicemail.
No, you're right, Smitty. Birdie sucks. You're right. I saw it the other day. I watched the old shows. That Purdy sucks. So that's, I'm on your side on that one. All right. I'll talk to you later. Oh, I won't.
What's he say there? I almost what? What's he say there? Does he drop the phone? I almost
Purdy sucks. I'll talk to you later. Oh, I won't.
Oops, I almost, sounds like I almost said I almost nailed it. I almost nailed it. Weeks, around 16, 17, 18. So 3 more picks to go. Feeling pretty good at wide receiver right now. Go Yoshi Voss here. I could go without a tight end. A third tight end if I want. I don't know. We'll kind of play it by ear as we meander on down the final couple picks here. Let's see here. Let me scroll this down real quickly. There. All right. You're live. Who's this? Is this Stan again?
Of course it is. Yeah, what's up, man?
What's up?
Oh, nothing, man. I rewatched the shit, and I'm like, I just think it's a risky pick. That's all I'm saying. You're thinking like I'm trying to like sway you.
I understand you're not. I'm not. I don't think you're trying to sway me. I know you can't sway me.
That's not what I'm saying. We can disagree on a player once in a while.
That's fine. That's fine. But you've been heard. But the entire world, and especially my live chat, disagrees with you. So all I'm saying is you came kind of strong, like as if, Smitty, this is obvious stuff. This is your stance feels very. I've already looked at the Gray's book, Sports Almanac, and on page 27, it says this. That's the way you're coming off. It's okay to disagree.
I don't have that information, my man.
I know. I know.
I'm sorry if it came off that way. That's not the way we've been rolling, man. I used to call you back a day and shit like that. Apparently, you don't know.
I appreciate you. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. It's just you're clinging to this one.
I was just coming off about what I thought about one specific player.
Well, ask the chat. I mean, the chat feels that way. They kept saying, "Okay, enough is enough. Like this is not going anywhere with this guy."
No, I'm not worried about the chat. I don't do things like that. I think he's a fantastic player. I think
you go. No. You don't get to go there anymore. That ship has sailed. You can't be on the Jeanty train at all. We won't let you on anymore. You're okay to have your own opinion, Stanton, and I'm fine with it. But you no longer can step foot on the Jeanty train. He's a fantastic player. He's an amazing player. He's one of the best to ever do it. But he's not gonna be. You can't go there anymore. You planted your flag.
My Bijan card is in Teflon.
Your Bijan card has been revoked.
I think it's a tough.
Not anymore.
Tough pick. Smitty, just listen to me for a second.
Your Bijan card has been
about
revoked.
where you have to take him with the team he's on. That's what I'm saying. That's gotta be fair. Right?
Your Bijan card has been revoked.
Hey Stan, it's not fair, and I don't agree with it. The problem is you're acting like, okay, Smitty, we can disagree on players. You're having a really tough time that I don't see your point at all, and that's where the chat is like, bro, come on, you are like you're almost in shock. This is like my mom walking up to somebody talking politics with the other party. My mom walks up and thinks she's gonna change their mind. Yo, you didn't really vote for him, did you? Like this is like talking to a wall. Like this is how we all feel.
It's just like where he's coming off the board. It's tough for me to take him. That's all I'm saying.
We heard you, and we disagree with you. We
We
heard you, and we disagree with you. Everybody in here, everybody, you're by yourself, and your Bijan card is at risk.
Your Bijan card has been revoked.
Because I always got it.
Well,
always Bijan. Always Bijan first.
Digitally, virtually.
Your Bijan card has been revoked.
Sorry. All right, next topic, Stanton, because this is like talking to my mom. Next topic.
Well, you love your mom.
But it doesn't mean that I'm going to talk to her about Jeanty for 15 minutes. What's the next topic? Hit me with something else.
I got one for you. Receiver I'm interested in. What do you think about Tyreek Hill this year?
Complete avoid.
Really? All the way? Just complete avoid?
Well, it depends. I mean, is he going to fall to a territory that he won't fall to? Then it's a different conversation. But he's climbing into the second round very steadily, very cemented like in round 2. No way. Yeah. I wouldn't touch him in 3.
Yeah, it's like, well, everything's there, but it's like, well, where's the dude's headspace at? It's such a thing to...
Everything's there.
You don't have to worry about.
I mean, he failed last year miserably, and while he looks good he looks fast running the bases. I get it. He looks fast, racing everybody left and right. First of all, none of those things are good. A guy at his age with that potential hamstring's going to get paper thin at some point. That's the notion with this kind of thing that, you know, you talk about. Why is he out there racing constantly, putting his hamstrings on overdrive in the off season, running in track meets, racing random kids, going to schools? Like, this guy's a walking injury. A walking injury. He'll be lucky to be healthy by week 1 with all the stuff he does on the side that he shouldn't be doing at his age. But he's a complete avoid. Complete avoid.
I hear you. It's just like so much talent, but so much to avoid.
All right. Anything else, bro?
No, man. You have a good one.
All right. Stanton, call back anytime. I ain't mad at you, bro, and I appreciate your super chat. Drop them.
We can argue whenever. I just
drop them whenever you feel.
One guy. The reason why I found your channel and everything was Bijan, and we are still on the same page on that. It's not funny.
Your Bijan card has been revoked.
You're my boy, dude.
All right, later, bro.
I can't get with you on the other one, and that's fine.
Okay.
I'll draft my way, you draft your way.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Love
See you,
you,
Stan. Oh boy. Look at this team. Joe Burrow. This is against you guys too, with the sniping going on. Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, Jalen Milroe, Ashton Jeanty, Bucky Irving, Marion Hampton, Zach Charbonnet, Jaden Blue, Marvin Harrison Jr., Debo Samuel, Keon Coleman, Trey Harris, Pat Bryant, Michael Wilson, Yoshi Voss, Kelsey, Kyle Pitts, Noah Gray. I think it's pretty good, Puppy, too. You could say my running backs. It would have been nice to have maybe another one because I got two in bye week 8. That leaves me Blue, Hampton, and Bucky, which is fine. I've got bye week 8, bye week 9, 10. No, I'm fine at running back. I usually like to house another one if possible, but then you get put in a bind. You have to have a little bit stronger wide receivers to pull that off. And I like Keon Coleman and Trey Harris and Bryant and Wilson and Yoshi Voss, to be honest. I like all of them, but rotating as that third, I kind of felt like I needed another wide out. But really good team. And just real quickly to go over the rest of your squads real quickly before we jump on out of here. Remember to hit code Smitty so you can draft with us next time. Let me go through the teams real quickly. Let me scroll up and over and down. Let's see here. We got Chase Brown. We got double Chase there. Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, James Cook, DeAndre Swift, Jacoby. Sorry I sniped Burrow, but there's no way he's making it back to you anyway. So he was long gone. I would have taken Burrow over James Cook, bro. Bijan, I like the team. I mean, I like parts of the team. Number 2 spot, Bijan, JT, Tyreek, Sutton, Kamara, Godwin, Laporta, Baker. Gibbs, Brock, Bowers, JSN Worthy, Travis Hunter, Jaden Reed, Patrick Mahomes. I kind of like that squad. It's got major upside. What's your RB2 looking like? ETN? Okay. Well, if I don't know if you cuffed that, but I'm not going to scroll down, but that's, that could be okay. JJT. I hate T at 21. McBride, especially not getting Burrow, JJ, T. Higgins, McBride, Pickens and 4 is so high. What are you doing, bro? Who is that? Who's reaching like a monster right there? Who's in the 4 spot? Ray G, you know better than this. Ray G? My little Ray G? Ray G, you're normally crushing. I hate T in 2, and Pickens in 4 is really high. Isn't Pickens going... Is he that high? And maybe he is that high in Puppy. Maybe the ADP has Pickens that high. Let's see. Maybe let me go into a Puppy 2 real quickly. Where is his ADP? His ADP is no, bro. Where is he at? Pickens 50? Yeah, so it's like at the top of round 5, but that's high. Like that's climbed high to be a fifth rounder is about where you want to max out at getting him. I'm not saying that your pick isn't close enough to call that okay. Well, we got Harvey in 5 instead, but Harvey belongs in 5 too. So I don't know about that. Ray G, I normally love your team, so please don't take offense to this. You normally smash, so many drafts. You're not going to get bitter about it. You got tough skin anyway, thick skin. Barkley, Rashi Rice, Jacobs, Tet McMillan, and 4. I just don't. That throws away the whole team to me. And then there's nothing but wide receivers. Not my cup of tea, this squad. But, you do you. Don't be mad at me if I don't like your team, guys. CeeDee Lamb, Ladd, McLaurin, Chuba, Hurts, Caleb Johnson. Yeah, there's some good parts about it, but is his team winning? I don't think so. Could be wrong. Malik Neighbors, A.J. Brown, Kyron, Evans, Walker, Monty, Igbuka, Pollard, solid. My team right here, Jeanty, steal. Don't listen to Stanton. Steal. He's a steal at 8. Bucky, 17. Marv, Hampton. I love that 4. Joe Burrow, steal. You could even swap Hampton and Burrow and call that like the way that it should be. So the value on even if you think Hampton's a reach and 4, which I don't. But even if you did, Burrow is a steal at 56 and Debo's a steal in the 6th round anywhere. And then Kyler to cuff to Marv and Travis Kelce. This is rock out. You can dial back in. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just going through these teams real quick. Puka, Derek, Henry. Hang tight, rock out. I'm almost done. Puka, Derek Henry, Josh Allen, DK, Jalen Waddle, Ridley, Pacheco. I don't hate the team. Could it win? Maybe, but do I think it will be the winner? No, but doesn't mean I hate it. We've got Nico, McCaffrey, Lamar. And McCaffrey, you'll never get this late in the second. It's because we talk him down so much. Everyone's afraid to take him and get roasted or something. Do what you want to do. Don't worry about me. Even if I don't like your team, don't worry about that. Draft your team. I wouldn't take him there at 15 anyway. But I wouldn't take him at the Nico pick at 10. So that's me, though. But I could be wrong. But Nico, McCaffrey, Lamar, Zay Flowers, and 4 is just like, that's like my boy BBQ says, eating all the appetizers before the main course. That's how I feel about that. Devontae Smith with Zay. I just don't like the combo of everything. James Conner, Matthew Golden, and Diggs. I don't like any of those, especially the combo. That's like getting anchovies and, silver peppers instead of red peppers. And then having like hot spices and Tabasco sauce with maybe pineapple on your pizza. Like all these in a row is just who is that in 10? I feel bad. I'm sorry. I just don't like it. Who is that? I don't even know their name. So hopefully they don't. Don't worry about it. Amon-Ra, Drake London. Okay. 2 good wide receivers. We'll see how the RBs shape out. Jaden Daniels, love it. Breece Hall, love it. Love this 4. Joe Mixon, don't love it. Jennings, it's okay. Aaron Jones, don't love it. I think where you're going to struggle is at RB2. Who else did you get below? Jared Goff, Cam Scattaboo. It could be okay. Your team, will it win? Probably not. Is it good? Yeah. HN, BT, Adams, Kittle, Trey Henderson, Olave. It's good. Good teams. Overall, there's some good stuff. Rock out. What is up, my boy?
Okay. You my bad team?
Sure. You're up the phone?
Woo! What? You hear me?
Yeah, we can now.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, my team is Patrick Mahomes, Stafford, Ward, running back, Kyle Williams, Hubbard, Pacheco, Charbonnet, Rashard Smith, Lil Bill, wide receiver, Chase, Wilson, Hunter, Coleman, Kyle Williams, Michael Wilson, Goddard, Ertz, and Ferguson.
Nice, bro. Nice, bro.
Yeah, pretty bad team.
Yeah. Yeah, not bad. Don't know my name. I mean, I don't know your sleeper name or your best ball name, so it's not a disrespectful comment. All right. What do you think about Travis Hunter? Rock out. Do you think he climbs out of round 4 at all?
What, higher than 4?
Do you think he climbs outside of round 4 into like the bottom of 3 at some point? My fear is that the moment this guy has some electric scrimmage play, or they use him in the preseason and he picks off a pass, and know what I mean? Who knows how? A lot of players aren't even going to hit the field much in the preseason anyway, but maybe a scrimmage, or maybe, some sort of, just even some of the Bijan rookie year highlights, like vaulted his value up, just one-handed touchdown snags in practice and scrimmage. It's like, I just think something's going to pop up and make Hunter just climb, bro. I'm fearful of it. I'm fearful of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope not. Who's ahead of him right now? Like, who would be pushed down or pushed up, or?
I would say this. Looking at wide receivers, I would say Hunter, if he has some amazing highlights, climbs above Waddle, which he should anyway. Like that's he should already be doing that. Pickens, Sutton, Devontae Smith, Jamison Williams, Xavier Worthy, DK Metcalf, DJ Moore, Ted McMillan, he should be above already. This is ridiculous. Ted McMillan's above him. Not only that, it's ridiculous. Ted McMillan's in the 35 to 40 range.
Yeah.
ADP-wise, it's freaking stupidity. So right below Evans and JSN and McLaurin, that is his probably my fearful place of seeing Hunter eventually level out at, is climbing all those names and being right below Evans, and that puts him at the 35, 36, 37 overall pick.
Wow.
And that's in best ball, though. Maybe he still lives in 4 in non-best ball. Because in grandma leagues and non-best ball, he's kind of like in the 5 range right now.
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot easier in redraft regular leagues.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. All right, my boy. Anything else?
Sometimes I get in a dilemma, like if I want to take like Bucky or London in the like the 205 spot. What do you be doing there?
I rotate around, bro. I'm constantly taking London, Bucky, Achane, Rice. Like even when they're all in the. I mean, if Achane's there, you almost have to take him because you have a less opportunity to get Achane. He's going in the 12 slot, corresponding second round pick. The 11 spot, corresponding second round pick. Basically you have to get the 9, 10, 11, 12 to get Achane. I mean, sometimes he'll fall, but like in general. Which is why you can't have like more than 30%, even if you want to, exposure to a guy like Achane or Bucky, because they live in this tight ADP zone that you're only going to be able to draft when you get those picks. So I take Achane when I can. And I'm not saying I don't take Bucky over him once in a while. I do a lot of drafts. But I would probably say I'm rotating all those guys. Rice, Achane, Bucky, London. I love all those players near equally in some way or shape or form, bro. I'm constantly Jeanty, obviously. I got Jeanty in the second round in 2 drafts tonight. So Stanton, maybe Stanton will be back in. I don't think that'll be commonplace. I think that this is what I'm noticing in I think they were, I want to say one was a best ball mania, which is crazy. I got him in the second round. And I'm not talking about the turn. I'm talking about like, I think it was the 14 pick. I got him not even like the second pick in the second round. It was the third. It's 2.3. I got Jeanty at 2.3 in a Best Ball Mania, and I got him around the same place in a puppy too. That's not commonplace. You won't see that.
Not really.
All right, bro. Anything else?
Are you always taking Chase at number 1 if you have the number 1 pick?
I have been, but I've got so many shares of it now. I'm shifting over to
Bijan.
Going Bijan for a while.
Yeah, I got you.
Because when you're in Underdog, you know what you're dealing with, right? It's not like somebody says, "Hey, who do I take at number 1?" And I say, "Well, is it running back heavy? Is it receiver heavy?" We know what Underdog's going to be, and even now, even knowing everything that I know, because of how the wide receivers are falling, and I feel comfortable with Garrett Wilson and MHJ and those guys, I'm real comfortable now smashing Bijan 1. Because the thing about it is, even though I have Bijan at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I got a lot of teams at Bijan. You build a slightly different team from the 1 pick. So now I'm going to start exploring the Bijan 1 draft slot. And I'm not saying I won't mix in some Jamar Chase, but I've got a lot of Chase. I've got the 1 pick more than I did last year. So I'm kind of good now if I get it, you know? So. All right, bro. Later. Appreciate you.
Cool.
Let's see here. All right, I think I'm done tonight. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Stanton, for the 20. Thank you, Spectacular. Thank you, Travesty. Thank you, John. You guys rock. Appreciate you. Let me see if there are any celebratory messages in the building. I think we got one. 11-month membership. Taking the off season by storm, says Snoopy. Snoopy, thank you for that celebratory message, bro. Travis Hunter.
Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA select start.
Warning, warning. Cheat code activated.
Jam. Call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and Jupiter.
Get on over to the Patreon right now. I'm going to go in there right this very second. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, hey, actually, here's the link real quickly so everybody can also join in the fun. Patreon's where it's at. The live chat community you see in this amazing group right here is all over there 24/7, 365, just chatting away. And I'm going to type in there, hey, anyone have post graveyard show topics? Boom, boom. I'm there chatting live. I chat live with everybody, not only all day. And I'm not there to answer everyone's question personally, but we're all living there together and I'm there a lot. But not only am I living in this environment, it's our home base. It's the Fantasy Football Show community home base on the Patreon live chat group. That's all it is. We just live chat on here. There's nothing else really. I post some articles on there. There's like a little article button. I do that once in a while. I do live video streams. We'll do a lot more of them now that August is coming. In August on, we'll do a lot of video streams on here that you won't see anywhere. It'll be on Patreon only. And it's just such a great environment. So many amazing people. $10 a month, cost of a cup of coffee. Cancel anytime. And, you know, it's in the game day lounge is where we all live during the games, during the Sunday games. We're all in there the whole day. It's packed, jam packed. Hit that link. I just dropped it. And don't forget, I'm live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. But don't forget that this video drops at 7:30 a.m. Eastern, 4:30 Pacific time. The 12-5 Atlanta Falcon predictions, the player predictions, and the record. We've already gone over the record for the South, minus the Panthers and Saints. So this video we dropped today, the Buccaneer video on the 8 p.m. live stream. This one will be an upload at 7:30 a.m. And every video I upload will probably be usually around 7:30 a.m. Eastern, and I'll try and do one near daily. That's how it's going to be. And that won't affect any of the live streams because I'm live whenever big news breaks. I'm additionally live graveyard style like this show right here. Most every night graveyard. Midnight Eastern, I'm live. Midnight Eastern, just remember, midnight Eastern. And then I'm live Monday through Friday, the flagship show, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We do it live. Thank you to my mods. See you all later. Appreciate you.